The funny thing about being on camera is, to me, it doesn't feel that weird. You know, we've seen a lot of teams come in, you'll be chatting away to them, and the minute they switch the cameras on and they know they're on film, their whole demeanour changes, and you feel awful for them, because actually all you want to do when people come on the telly is make sure they're having a nice time and, you know, being the best selves, and it just completely freaks them out, and you feel awful because it's just a camera. It's just, you know, it shouldn't be getting in the way of the interaction with the person on the other side of it.
You did that interesting Twitter poll on women, why don't you get so many women on quiz shows, and what was the outcome from that?
It's a difficult thing to say, and it's a question that keeps coming up. I think there are a number of reasons. I mean, you go into your average pub quiz and there are loads of women, you know, it's easy to split. But I think once you get into that kind of telly quizzing arena, it all gets a bit sort of confrontational and gladiatorial. And I think women's instinct is to shy away from that, and men's instinct is to embrace it. I don't know why that is. And obviously it's not, you know, it's not quite as clear cut as that. We'd never get any women on quiz shows, but I think there is kind of a bias towards that. There is also, I think, you know, that certain fear of feeling like you've made an idiot of yourself, or feeling like you shouldn't be there or whatever, which again possibly affects women more than men, or women just think about the possible outcomes there more than men. And then the third strand of that, which is obviously a more recent phenomenon, is social media, because the amount of abuse that people come in for on social media, you know, your average contestant on a well-watched quiz show will get startling amounts of comments that they didn't ask for. I didn't really realise this was a thing. My husband is a journalist who always enthusiastically embraced social media. So my appearance on The Chase, he was basically watching the live tweets. And I was just like, what are these people basing the fact that they want to slap me on? Where did this come from? Why do they think it's okay to say these things about me? And then, you know, I've certainly had my fair share of abuse from eggheads, but there's two ways it can go. It can you know, you can take it all to heart and, you know, abandon social media altogether and let it affect your self-image. Or you can be like, oh, these people don't know me. If you really think a good use of your time is sitting, you know, hunched over your social media, writing terrible things about people you don't know to people you're never going to meet, and, you know, and a lot of the time people don't have followers anyway, to a very small audience of people you're never going to meet. Why would you bother? Why would you just want to have, like, you know, if that was a reflection of you, why would you just want to have this feed that was like, can't stand this person on telly, can't stand that person on telly? It's just bizarre, isn't it? Sorry, that was a sidebar. But
that's okay.
I think there is a real, you know, I think women do get it worse than men. There is a real tendency for other women to comment on what women look like. You know, it's, you know, appearance is commented on much more for women. And I think women, again, find it a little bit harder to take.
What do you think more are the rewards a person would get? Obviously, they might win loads of money, but what would be the rewards of going on a quiz show?
The rewards, it's like doing anything that scares you, I think. You know, it's that kind of rush of, oh, I didn't think I could do that. Oh my God, that's amazing. I think you really do get a bit of a sense of achievement from it. If you're at all interested in the way that TV works behind the scenes, then it is a really great insight into, you know, the mechanics of how it all comes together, because you're there, you know, from the beginning all the way through to the end. It's not like, you know, going into like a tour where you're like, oh, look, this is a studio. You know, you get to spend real time in there watching the cameramen and the lighting people and the sound guys and the makeup people and the question people and the researchers all doing their thing. And, you know, for me, I still go down sometimes before shows start or between shows, and I'll just stand in the studio because I love the feeling of being in there so much, watching people work.